on the list. Houseplants that are nearly impossible to kill, the healthy side of social media, and give the gift of virtual reality with these games.
The imposter is someone who sabotages the ship and tries to pick your friends off and you one by one.
Plus,
what should we do?
Balloons! Balloons, of course.
Put some extra pop in your New Year's Eve party. But up first, how micro steps can help you lose weight. It's your life, it's your list, and it starts right now.
Hey everyone, I'm Jimmy Rhodes.
And I'm Christina Guerrero, and as you know, we love a good list around here.
It's the name of the show.
Right, especially this time of year. Naughty and nice list, Christmas shopping list, and of course, the New Year's resolutions list, usually pretty close to the top. Lose weight.
Now, you might be tempted to go with a fad diet, but those come and go. Nutritionists have a better idea. Baby steps to jumpstart your weight loss journey.
Plus, you don't need special food or fancy apps, and almost anyone can start right now. And that's our featured story at the top of the list.
The obesity epidemic has shown that most diets simply don't work. They're either too complicated or too extreme. Maybe it's time for a simpler approach to managing our weight.
A diet should be, this is the type of eating I'm choosing in order to fit my goals for my health. And I think it's incredibly important that people start to make better, informed decisions looking at the science of diet.
James Laval, a clinical nutritionist and author of several health books, believes baby steps are a great way to start your weight loss journey. One proven approach is to start simple by setting 1 or 2 rules and sticking to them. This is backed by Stanford University research.
It was off of Stanford's microstep studies that they did with people. Stanford was huge on looking at how do we change behavior in people.
Something as easy as swapping potato chips for fruit can have a lasting impact on our health.
It really is that microstep process of 1 leads to 2, 2 leads to 5 changes, 5 changes lead to lifestyle changes, and now we start to become healthy on a day in and day out basis.
James says by keeping it simple, there is less room for failure, and within 6 to 8 weeks, a healthy habit can be formed. Next up, save some time and calories by shopping for your groceries online, because the old adage is true.
If you walk into that grocery store hungry, everything's gonna look good. Limit your food consumption because you plan your meals. You're not gonna go down the whole aisle of pretzels and potato chips and the 94 variations on potato chips.
And by sticking to a list, you're less likely to purchase more than you need.
I can't believe the difference. Opening my refrigerator, there's actually room and you can see what's in it instead of it being stacked full of food that I ended up throwing away.
If you need to shop in person, he says to make a list and do not shop hungry.
I would suggest drink a bottle of water, have a little snack, eat a few nuts.
We'll wrap up with a good night's sleep. Not getting enough causes our bodies to produce cortisol, putting our brains into fight or flight mode.
When you're stuck in fight or flight, you're releasing more stress hormones. That's going to contribute to that craving pattern.
This is backed up by research at both Cal Berkeley and the National Institute of Health.
It's also going to affect your metabolism. Your metabolism actually gets very favorable to storing fat and not so much at burning fat.
James says one simple solution is melatonin supplements.
Stress and food cravings and lack of sleep are all connected. And when you start to understand how your body's working, it's not such a mystery.
Taking baby steps to a healthier diet is at the top of the list.
New Year's Eve is right around the corner, and if you're looking for ways to really blow up your party, Jackie Denker's creating balloon decorations, so champagne bottles won't be the only things popping this year.
If you're having a New Year's Eve party and are racking your brain on how to decorate,
what should we do?
Balloons! Balloons, of course. It brings out like a sense of joy.
Take it from Erica Lee, balloon artist and owner of Happy Hour Balloons, who's showing us fun ways to use balloons as party decorations.
There's so many options when it comes to balloons.
Starting with statement balloons.
Heirlooms balloons. They are Mylar balloons.
You can grab these at any party supply store for about 14 bucks.
This one comes in 3 pieces.
Is this like a dress? We can fit in here, Erica.
Yes.
Fill it on up with a handheld or electric pump.
Whoa!
Attach the two pieces together with the string provided, and there you have it.
They're so visually impactful.
Love it.
Moving along with making balloon centerpieces.
What we're gonna do is style them a little bit more.
It's like a bouquet.
You can make them on for a tabletop, or you can even set them on the floor.
Take 5 or more helium balloons and
We'll start with the top one.
place that one to the height you'd like. And then the second one goes to the bottom of the first.
So its head goes right at the nozzle.
Yes.
Keep that pattern going, rotating colors, creating a spiral.
It's so simple and so pretty.
Yes, and how long did that take?
25 seconds.
Finally, we are making a balloon garland.
We're gonna be tying balloons together, and we'll string them down.
Grab a bunch of latex balloons and an electric pump. Erica busted out her double pump for time's sake.
And we're gonna get to blowing up?
Yeah.
And then do we do different sizes?
Yes.
Some big and some smaller.
How does this work?
Tie 2 balloons together by the nozzle and keep that going.
50 to 100 times.
50 to 100 times?
Yes, that's what we're gonna be doing.
We're getting to
And
work.
repeat.
Then twist the set of 2 with the others, making sets of 4. Then using 2 60 balloons, the long ones you use for balloon animals, tie it all together.
Make it as tight as we can. Figure 8.
Yep.
Around. And then we'll do the next one.
Once your quads are connected, secure to your railing using the 260 balloons, and boom.
Look at this beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Are we done? Are we ready to party?
Not just yet. I have a little bit of the surprise for you.
Oh my gosh.
If you want to go extra, like this is the way to do it.
You made this all
I
out of
made this.
balloons.
All out of balloons.
I feel fabulous.
Counting down to an epic New Year's Eve party
Happy New Year!
with balloon decorations.
I mean, with all of the craziness surrounding the holidays, it would be great to escape, even just for a bit. Now, I know you don't have time for a beach vacation, but you can get away from it all with virtual reality. Hattie DeJamal introduces us to some of the best VR games for gifts out there this season.
If you want to immerse yourself in a world where real life morphs seamlessly with fantasy, then virtual reality games are the place to go.
You're having the experience and joys of reality, except you get to amplify that, add a little bit more pizzazz through a little bit of VR magic.
Clement Go, VR editor for CG Magazine, dropped some VR game gift ideas for the holidays that are available to download now. Let's start with Moss Book 2.
A million moments of calm and chaos.
Well, Moss Book 2 is something of a pop-up storybook.
You play a mouse named Quill in a classic fairy tale story told through 6 chapters.
She has a mission to go through the crumbles, the ruins.
The goal is to reclaim the kingdom through castles, dungeons, deep dark caves, and plenty of enemies. Moss Book 2 can be played on any VR headset and cost around $30. Next, Among Us.
So Among Us VR really involves a space mystery, a whodunit. Now, you are in a space crew, you're an astronaut.
It's a multiplayer party game that takes place on a peaceful but broken down spaceship, and your goal is to repair the ship and head to safety. That is, if you survive.
One of you guys is a killer.
While everyone is tasked with tackling part of the repairs,
The imposter is someone who sabotages the ship and tries to pick your friends off and you one by one.
Among Us VR is available on any VR headset for about $10. Finally, Lost Recipes.
First, you need to learn how to get around the kitchen.
Like the title says, is mainly a cooking game, but the spin is you are cooking recipes that really haven't been touched on in a long time.
Players are taken back through time to rediscover what makes the food we eat today so magical.
Through the ancient Mayan times, making a lot of dinners in China, through Greece as well.
You'll be learning about and making these recipes the original way.
You won't get microwaves, you won't get electric stoves, you won't get blenders. You're gonna have to do everything yourself by hand.
Lost Recipes is available on Quest and MetaQuest Pro headsets and costs around $15. Virtually anything is possible with VR games.
Still to come on the list.
I am that guy where plants go to die.
Dig up the most forgiving houseplants.
They can go a long time without water.
And no gym membership needed for these workouts.
Can you blow my whistle, baby?
why Lizzo is a triple threat. All that and more ahead on the list.
Hey guys, welcome back. Okay, if your picture is on a wanted sign for being a plant killer, well, it is time to do your time by learning how to change that.
That's right, there are options out there, and while they may not be your typical indoor greenery, they can survive without your undivided attention. So meet your cacti terrarium.
Put down that houseplant. It's time for cacti terrariums.
I am that guy where plants go to die. I'm like the slow executioner of plants. Are these going to be easier to keep alive?
Yes, they can last forever as long as you take care of them.
To help you make the perfect cacti terrarium, we went to Jade and Clover in Phoenix, Arizona, and spoke with Teresa Martinez. To start, pick out your base.
If you have a gold home, I would suggest maybe a gold terrarium or like a marigold pot like this. And then you could do something neutral and the base, like there's a natural sand to kind of get your plants to really pop.
Also consider the placement of where the sunlight is in your home.
You want them nice and dry and a nice spot in your house where you'll get bright indirect light.
Bright indirect. So not right on the windowsill necessarily.
So not sun shining right on it.
Okay.
But in a bright area of your home.
I'm overwhelmed by opportunities.
Okay.
This one looks like a cactus. Love it. This one, very kind of austere and modern.
So let's pick all the ones that you like and put them next to each other, and then we'll start picking plants and see what looks best.
Next, choose whether you want sand, soil, or both. I chose soil.
So cactus soil you can just go out and get anywhere that sells soils, or like a Home Depot or Lowe's or anything like that. And it really just, this one specifically, just holds moisture a little more.
But the most important thing is what you add to the soil.
We'll add orchid bark to help with drainage.
Orchid bark.
Then we add the perlite to help hold all the moisture in. And then we add the worm castings to help with nutrition.
If you chose sand for your terrarium, there will be a little more maintenance.
You'll want to get an apparatus like a turkey baster or a baby syringe to get that water to the root of the plant where it needs to go.
And lastly, pick your cacti.
I'm not sure I understand the difference between a succulent and a cacti.
The only difference is that cacti are a little hardier. I think that cactuses and aloe are on the same watering schedule. They can go a long time without water, probably like a month or a little over a month, depending on where you put it, versus regular succulents, probably closer to like 2-3 weeks. Cactuses can do direct sunlight. As far as succulents, I would still keep them in a shaded area or bright indirect light.
And if you're in a cold climate, keep your terrarium indoors.
I like these ones that you use.
Yeah.
Those are very cool.
But those are prickly. You want a prickly one?
Yes, I will.
Yeah.
I will refrain from touching.
We're giving you a green thumb with cacti terrariums.
They're going to be best friends forever.
You know, pretty soon the gyms will be full again, with people swearing this coming new year will be different. But before you sign up for that membership, Teresa Strasser has a few TikTok fitness influencers helping you reach your goals. Teresa.
Thank you. With more than 412 million likes combined, these 3 TikTok fitness influencers are keeping us motivated to be our best selves. Coming in at number 1, Demi Bagby. Demi is a CrossFit athlete and bodybuilder sharing her love of fitness, but not just in the gym. From skate parks to train stops, she has a way to work out anywhere and everywhere, showing us all that if we want to do something, we can do it. You ain't nothing but a dog, play I get it. She's definitely boarding the express train to Muscletown. At number 2, Anthony Lockhorst.
Pull it up. Say it with me. Count.
Anthony brings his humor to his workouts and gives you challenges to work up to.
Can you blow my whistle, baby, let me know. Girl, I'm gonna show you how to do it.
And if you're needing some help with what foods to get gains, either muscle or weight, he's got you covered. That's right, some people are trying to gain weight this time of year. Anthony has got you. And last on our list of TikTok fitness influencers, Ulysses World.
For cable exercises you should try for your shoulder workout.
This former professional bodybuilder is serving his followers a mix of entertainment and fitness videos, along with fun challenges. He even teaches you the correct form to use when you're working out.
And I can put you in.
Very motivating. And those were just a few TikTok fitness influencers that we think you should follow. Coming up, HBO Max recently released a documentary on the singer-songwriter Lizzo, and we've got some cool facts about the icon. Stay right here. We are back on the watch list today. A look at Lizzo. Her trajectory as a multi-talented performer is the center of the documentary Love Lizzo on HBO. So before you tune in, let's check out some of her career highlights.
Lizzo is the three-time Grammy-winning hitmaker who's become one of the biggest names in music.
I'ma hit you back in a minute.
Her career breakthrough happened in 2019 with her single Truth Hurts, and she's been unstoppable since.
Completely changed her entire career and made her one of the biggest pop stars of the last few years.
She's a shining star, so Brittany Spanos, senior writer at Rolling Stone, helps us highlight some of the reasons why. First is her unique talent as a singer, songwriter, rapper, classically trained flautist, and more. Skills which, combined with her authentic personality, have earned her millions of fans around the globe.
She's very good at speaking with and connecting with her fans. She has such a big pop diva presence on stage, but she can balance that really well, being goofy and laughing at herself. She's willing to kind of be open with her fans and her audience in that way.
And she hasn't stopped at music. She's also behind the three-time Emmy Award-winning TV show Lizzo's Watch Out for the Big Girls.
It's the battle of the big girl.
She's an executive producer and host of the Prime Video original, where 13 women compete to join her world tour.
Being able to see larger bodies dance alongside thinner bodies is really important, and that's always been really important to Lizzo's stage shows. She's able to kind of highlight that there's not one type of pop star that has to exist.
Because ultimately, Lizzo's career has become synonymous with body positivity and self-empowerment.
She's just made an entire discography about empowerment, about, feeling good in your skin, feeling good with who you are. It's just like really empowering pop music.
A message also present in one of her latest ventures as creator and co-founder of the shapewear line Yitty, released this spring in partnership with Fabletics.
You're gonna want to get this.
Again, this is about making sure that it's very inclusive with all body types, kind of a rebranding of what shapewear can actually be, and she's been very integral to making that.
Celebrating the multi-talented star, creative, and role model that is Lizzo on the watch list.
People may or may not be surprised to hear this, but I actually walk around the office singing Lizzo all the time.
Guys, it's true. Lizzo, if you're watching, maybe a duet with Jimmy?
I would love that. Maybe with some good luck in the new year, we'll make it happen.
Well, coming up, we have some New Year's traditions from around the world that just might bring you the luck you need. Last on our list is next. Hey friends, it's time for what's last on our list. Jimmy, I'm about to do something that's one of your great pet peeves.
Make that snorting noise and swallowing?
No, that's disgusting. Your other great pet peeve. I'm going to skip right over Christmas and head straight into the new year with help from the Pioneer Woman. New Year's traditions from around the world that just might surprise you.
Right, here's one the Colombians do. They hope for more travel in the coming year by carrying an empty suitcase around the block.
I really want to do that. And actually, I think you might want to travel to Scotland for their tradition. It's called first footin'. The first foot or person that crosses the threshold should preferably be a dark-haired man, which can bring about a lucky new year.
All right, can I give you my best Scottish accent?
Will you offend them?
Almost certainly.
Oh no, then no, don't do that. But how do you feel about polka dots? Because in the Philippines, locals believe that these round shapes represent money, and if you weave these round items into your new year, you can count on a prosperous year.
I need more polka dots in my life. There's also a lot of New Year's food traditions. Greeks hang onions and smash pomegranates against walls. The Swiss drop a dollop of whipped cream on the floor. And Italians eat lucky lentils.
Here's one I would love for you to try, okay? The Russians are silent for 12 seconds before midnight so they can make a wish for next year.
That sounds really good. You know what I'm good with?
No. Silence for 12 seconds. I like that one. And that's what's last on our list. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Tomorrow on the list, hate wrapping gifts? Well, we have simple solutions that look great.
I love that. And then it's got that personalized touch.
Plus, what to do if you get the holiday blues.
I never feel like our joy light goes out. All I think that it needs to do is be reignited.
And
this is made with 2 simple ingredients.
How to make healthy snacks in your air fryer. All that and more tomorrow on the list.